Mel White says, in my opinion, and honestly, this will sound somewhat snarky. Mel, you're funny. There are 30,000 event marketing experts and less than 100 trade show marketing experts in North America. There are very few in-house agency or trade show folks who truly understand how to create and implement a trade show marketing program, which is why the Rockway series is so important to industry education and awareness. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate it. And I agree with what you're saying. And that's part of my gripe with the whole industry is essentially that, going back to what Aaron said at the beginning of this episode, events stemmed from marketing, PR, advertising in these foundational industries, right? Events sort of stemmed from that. Events, all different kinds, but for the most part in B2B and a lot of the stuff that we work in and we're talking about, they are sales and marketing strategies. They are not just these standalone things that are happening just to happen. They are sales and marketing strategies, which means that they require so much more. And I think the industry misses the mark in its entirety. I think there's a huge disconnect between the customers and ourselves on what we're providing and what we're producing. The number of emails I can tell you that says somebody sends us a picture of a trade show booth and says, send me a quote, please, is astonishing. And we're like, we're not going to send you a quote for that. Like, I don't even know what that is. Is that going in a mall somewhere? Is that, I don't know. So just a big disconnect there.
I just want to remind everybody that whether it's trade shows or events or product launches or fashion shows or galas or whatever else, those are just the vehicle, right? So no marketing company or ad company produces award-winning work without having been contracted first. So what our industry forgets is no matter how much great work you do, your company does good work, my company does good work. There's lots of companies that do good work. At the end of the day, the money, the sales, the marketing, that's the job, right? We're all selling our services. Once we sell our services and someone is comfortable working with us, you can go back and forth on creative 100 times. We could pitch 5 ideas. This is the same thing when you see all these companies winning like Cannes Lions awards and stuff like that. It started with 2 people in a room trying to get a contract, right? Trying to prove, here's our previous case studies, here's this, here's that. We forget all of that and we talk about the execution and the data and all the end results, but we forget the idea that we're really fucked when it comes to the sales and marketing approach because we're not going out and getting contracts and we're not getting agency of record deals and we're not getting MSAs and we're fighting
job by job.
We're right. So realistically, when you talk about really good people who understand and create and implement trade show marketing programs and stuff like that, you can't judge that at all, because in order to judge that, you have to have worked with a client for multiple years. You have to be involved in every facet, right? And we're not contracted ever to do that.
You are so correct with what you're saying. And I can tell you this because my company, we are in the middle of this transition. Without question, we fought for years, job by job by job. Let me get you this booth, back and forth, to then saying, like, forget that shit, right? Because you could build someone the most beautiful trade show booth and execute and do a great job and be Johnny on the spot and nail it. And next year, they won't even call you back because when they were on the show floor, they saw a booth that had a cool piece of plexiglass and they were like, oh, let's do that next year. There, you know, but what we learned is, when you do get with companies and you're working with them on 2, 3, 4, 5 trade shows a year, and they have an actual program. Now, when you're working with them consultatively and you're having questions about what is this actually producing, right? What kind of results are you getting? Are we helping your job advance inside of the company? That's when, to your point, you're 100% right. I'm glad you said that. That's when the great work happens, when there's a little bit of trust, when you have a contract, when you're on record with them, because you can begin to open up the conversation of like, what does this really look like if it's done well? Not just biting and fighting to go get one job.